Hey Ray, what's up?
How are you?
What's up with this?
What do you think about it?
No, I need your explanation actually.
What's your name?
Rocky, this is my business card.
Oh, how can I find you?
Just Google, please.
I mean, it pretty much says it, you know.
Well, you believe in possibility. Technological growth can also be a symbol of spiritual discovery.
Yeah.
How is that? Can you explain this for us?
Well, what I came up with in the. You mind if I smoke a cigarette?
No problem.
Would you like one?
No, I don't smoke. Thank you.
I think when we use technology in a way that benefits, almost let's say this, before you get on the computer, a ritual, a prayer, some sort of acknowledgement that what you're about to do online is to benefit not just yourself in a lust or desire or even you know, the most dumbest reasons why we get on the computer, for fun too, but just be like, you know what, this time I'm gonna take a little bit, I'm gonna try to acknowledge what I could do to benefit more people. Let me spread some love, let me spread some positive thoughts, let me spread some healing messages.
Great. Can we put this on the camera while you smoke and explain?
Okay.
Maybe on the bench, if you don't mind. So Ray, are you a writer?
I'm a screenwriter.
Screenwriter.
And actor.
So I just look at your paper. What do you call it? Synopsis?
This is
Summary?
May the workforce be with you. Basically what happened was I wrote a screenplay, TTYL, which was a representation, talk to you later, which was a representation of our language being fragmented. BRB, be right back. SMH, shaking my head. And just our culture being fragmented, our jobs fragmented, education. People are now not necessarily going to structures as in a school, but now online. So our whole culture, our whole identity, everything is being fragmented. So that was what that represented. That's what that represented in TTY. And it was about my main character, her friends always feeling like they had to have the hottest, latest gadget, keeping up with the Joneses. And
Latest gadget?
the latest gadget, the latest, hottest sneakers, have to be at the hottest, latest event, and what people do, or how people define themselves if they can or cannot have those things, and just feeling bad, feeling depressed, and I didn't get the sneakers, and I didn't get the shirt, I didn't get the boyfriend, I didn't get the car, I didn't get the house.
So this is like consumerism?
Exactly, consumerism. And so that one, I had some people at New Line Cinema read it, and they said that one interesting thing that they said was that because my main character was a female, and I'm not going to get into what they said, but basically they said you need to rewrite it. So I rewrote it, and one day I was watching George Lucas talk about the Empire Strikes Back and the Star Wars, and I realized that I wanted because at the first one I had a little bit about the cab drivers going on strike because of the computers being forced into their cabs. So I was like, this is kind of.
How many years ago was
2006.
the cab driver strike
Yeah.
for the computers, right?
Yeah, 2006. So I was like, let me put this in here, and the transit strike.
Oh,
And as we know, what's happening to them.
transit is like bus and trains.
There was a transit strike, remember? 2006.
And
I believe it was 2006.
and cab drivers strike too.
I think so too. They started to go on strike. A
But-
lot of it had to do with budget cuts. A lot
Oh,
of it
budget cuts.
Budget cuts. A lot of it had to do with benefits and people just losing their jobs and losing control. And well, of course, now we know there's MetroCard machines replace the clerks, and of course, cashiers being replaced by robotic machines. So I started saying, this is really about the workforce. And I'm watching George Lucas, and my dad's a retired fireman, and George Lucas was talking about, may the force be with you. And I'm thinking all these things about the workforce, and I was just like, may the workforce be with you. Yeah, that's what this is about, may the workforce be with you. And I started to rewrite it. And so
Why not human with you but workforce with you?
say that again.
Why not human with you instead of workforce with you?
A human ritual?
I mean, instead of workforce, why don't you use human?
You mean
Humanity, I mean, humanity.
humanitarian?
Human.
You mean why are they using robots?
Why aren't you using why aren't you focusing on human instead of workforce? That's a very economic, very
Well,
like it's a current term, It came with after the Industrial Revolution.
yeah.
They didn't call it workforce. They used to have slaves,
Right.
didn't they? For workforce. Now after the Industrial Revolution, it became workforce. Paid, salary, wage,
Right.
wage force.
Right.
Before wage, it was slaves,
Oh,
animals, slaves.
right.
And after this machine revolution,
Would you even say peasants?
peasants, but peasants,
Didn't even work.
peasants also kept like half slave. Yeah, they revolted, they rioted a lot for the conditions.
Right. Yeah. The Luddites, the Luddites?
Yeah, Luddites, and then a machine came and Luddites actually, the peasants become workforce.
Right.
And then the more machines got evolved, the more automation came to the machine, and then of course the workforce revolted.
What I address in this story is that the workforce will always exist. It is going through a transformation, but it will always exist. I think there's going to be specialized jobs. There's going to be more